Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2024 Homecoming Parade at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. We are coming to you from just outside of Grange Grove at the beautiful Memorial Stadium here on the campus of the University of Illinois, and it's great to be here. I'm Jim Schlueter. I'm a 1980 graduate of the College of Media, and I am lucky enough to serve on the board of directors of the University of Illinois Alumni Association. So it's just great to be here, and it's also great to be here with my good friend and colleague, Kit Beyer, who is also on the board of directors of the Alumni Association and actually serves as our secretary. So Kit, for a couple of us alums, is there anything better than homecoming?
The excitement is growing. We have people lined up and down the street waiting for the parade to start. It's just so wonderful to be back here at Illinois celebrating homecoming. It's a great time to reminisce about your college days, remind yourself that you're not in college anymore, and it's probably a good thing, and just really enjoy the fact that Illinois is such a great institution, and it's our way as alumni to now give back to the university that gave all of us so much.
That's for sure, and we're kind of waiting here for the parade. It's gotten started on the other side of Memorial Stadium, and we always like to brag a little bit about our history with homecoming.
We have a good history.
Yes, we do. There may be an unnamed school that we won't name that might have had a homecoming before us, but then they went quite a bit of time before they had another one.
Right. So we don't need to name what that school is. However, we have some bragging rights about homecoming that we'd like to share with you.
And also, we'll be talking about it later. But another really important milestone this year is that wonderful stadium over behind us and to our right is celebrating its 100th anniversary with a rededication game on October the 19th.
Correct.
And that even adds a little more spice to our homecoming activities.
A lot to talk about here tonight. So this year we have a homecoming theme. We've had homecoming themes actually since 1919, and that was when it was called Victory Homecoming, of course commemorating the victory of World War I. So we go way back. So we ask every year, the Alumni Association asks our friends and students and alumni what they think the theme should be. We received over 600 entries and ideas, and then we put it up for a vote. So, Jim, what won this year?
Well, the theme is awesome. It's Together Forever Illinois. And for those of us who are Rick Astley fans, it's even better. But it's a.
Don't break out in song, please.
I won't. But Together Forever is it hits home for sure. Illinois is always about the future, about going forward, and we all know it's about community as well. And Kit and I have been fortunate to participate in quite a few of the homecoming activities this week.
Yes,
and
you enjoyed a lot more than I did, because I just got into town a day ago, but you can tell me a little bit about those.
Well, I was here for Sunday for the official start of the homecoming week with the big run and the pancake breakfast out at Alice Campbell Center. A very emotional turning the fountain orange, as we do every year, because it was the first year that the fountain had been dedicated to our wonderful and sorely missed executive director of the Alumni Association, Jen Delavue. So with her name on the plaque, when they turned it orange, with David Bambry, our new executive director, and Coach Brett Bielema, and our athletic director, Josh Whitman.
We had some kind of excitement from a certain win from the night before.
Yes, we did. From that great win over Kansas. And the marching band was there, and it was just a very, very emotional morning. And then we've spent the week in a lot of activities of building community with our students who are here and all the activities they have. And I think, Kit, I think you have a brief list of some of those great things we were doing.
So you talked already about Sunday, where a lot of people got to see the orange-dyed fountain. On Monday, students had a party on the quad, because why not? Then on Tuesday, we had International Day, where you had a variety of activities, including a dinner and a talent show, and then you had a comedian on Wednesday and FAA homecoming celebration. Thursday, last night we had an alumni gala where we got to honor all of the award winners that the Alumni Association celebrated. It was quite the event.
And then, of course, today we have the parade. And at lunchtime, I should also say, there was a great mentoring session that Kit and I were able to participate in or to be there with our own mentees that we have through the Alumni Association.
And it's so wonderful how eager the students are to learn about what it's like on the other side being an alum, because they know their time at Illinois is limited and they really want to know how to succeed, like so many alumni succeed throughout the world because of the great education they receive at the University of Illinois.
And the panelists. We had 3 of our alumni award winners were panelists, and their insights that they shared with us, I'll use them. And I don't even work anymore, and I'll use them. They were wonderful. It was a wonderful session. Now we have the parade, and we're going to be doing this for a good, strong hour or so, I think. And then after that, is
a pep rally, but we want to call it something different because a pep rally seems just like a lot of cheering, but this is a lot bigger. So if you are at home and are interested in coming down to Memorial Stadium outside, we have a pep party or Pep-a-Palooza.
I think it's a pep rally palooza, and it's going to be right across the street from us here on 1st Street, across from the stadium, and there's all kinds of stuff.
Music, food. I mean, the energy is pretty cool around here. We're pretty excited. I mean, we have a great winning football team right now, so we have a lot of anticipation not only for the parade, but for the game tomorrow, which kicks off at 11 o'clock. Temperature is supposed to be around the mid-70s tomorrow, partly cloudy, so it looks like to be a wonderful day for a homecoming game tomorrow.
Yeah, and in fact, the weather this evening and this afternoon is pretty good.
Yeah.
We're sitting in the high 70s. It is cloudy, but the Weather Channel and our 2 co-sponsors of Homecoming, it's a shared effort between the Office of Student Affairs at the university and the Alumni Association, and both of them have assured us that it's not going to rain tonight.
And they're in charge of that too.
And they are in charge of it, and they've assured it of us. So we're looking forward to a great evening, and let's keep it going tomorrow against Central Michigan and see if we can go 3-0.
The Chippewas.
Yes.
Yes, the Central.
The Chippewas.
Michigan Chippewas.
But speaking of Memorial Stadium, it is a memorial from World War I. Their names of those lost in World War I appear on the 200 columns that support the east and west stands of the stadium.
That's one of my favorite things to visit when you're in there. Yes, going out and going into your seats are great, but I still have fond memories of running up and down with a little toddler.
Yes.
Bringing him into Memorial Stadium for the first time and telling, your kids about why we have the stadium and why it's so important as Fighting Illini to have a stadium such as Memorial Stadium. So our dedication is going to be pretty big in a month.
Right. The rededication is on October 18, which is 100 years to the day, and that rededication is going to be here in Grange Grove, and it's on the eve. So that's the Friday on the 18th, because that's 100 years.
And
but, hey, I'm starting to hear something.
I think we have a parade here, folks, and of course I'm seeing candy. Oh wow! Surprise, surprise. I think that's a test run, okay?
Is that a test run and a warm-up?
The parade route looks good.
Yes. And they threw out some candy just to be on the safe side, so everybody liked it.
Sure, everyone's good.
That's right. Well, we're starting to hear stuff happen, so hopefully the parade is starting soon. But going back quickly to Memorial Stadium, then on the 19th is the game, and there was some good planning there, as we're playing the University of Michigan like we did 100 years ago.
And hopefully win again 100 years ago.
We don't have Red Grange, but hopefully the Illini will pick up the slack that he left behind when he scored those 6 touchdowns.
That's going to be fun. It's when you have a lot to celebrate, you do it right, and with the energy and our fan base. With the game that you went to last week, I only watched it on TV, but having a sold-out crowd, it would be nice to have a sold-out crowd for this coming game for the rededication. So just planting the seeds for everybody out there.
Yes. To see the place full, and as Coach Belima said, the crowd made a difference. That kind of noise and energy really makes a difference for a top-flight football team, and they truly responded with that big, exciting win.
So, amazing night. What was it like in the stands?
It's what we want it to be.
Right.
It's what we want it to be. It was loud. It was exciting. They were loud when we needed them to be loud. They were quiet when we needed our team to be quiet. It was wonderful, and it's what we want it to be. And there are a few things better, not only just to see the full stadium, but to see that full student section, all 5,000 of them in the south end
incredible.
zones, and it was just terrific.
And hopefully we'll have a good-sized crowd tomorrow. I don't think we have a sellout, so if you do not have tickets and you're in the area, come on down.
Come on down.
All right, I think I see some kind of a parade starting. We are almost there.
We're almost there.
Our director Andrew is giving us a smidge kind of sign.
Yes.
It's coming, it's coming.
He's always taking good care of
We want to thank you for joining
us.
us tonight, because we're going to have a fun time reminiscing and celebrating all the wonderful organizations that the university provides an opportunity for students to participate in. And we have a lot of support from the greater Champaign-Urbana area. Many folks are participating, either businesses and otherwise, so we're going to be celebrating them throughout this broadcast.
And here we have it. Here is our opener. It is the Air Force ROTC. During the early 1920s, this is a great piece of history. During the early 1920s, the Army Air Corps selected the University of Illinois as one of its initial locations to establish a separate air-focused ROTC detachment. And a big reason why was the strong College of Engineering we have at Illinois. So in 1949, following the establishment of the U.S. Air Force as a separate military service, the Air Force ROTC Detachment 190 was established, and that's what we're looking at today. After they would started in the 1920s, none other than General John J. Pershing called the University of Illinois the West Point of the West. And to this day, Detachment 190 and all of the ROTC units on campus continue our tradition of excellence in producing some of the finest officers in the nation.
All right, you're seated in the red car, our Grand Marshal of the parade, Jennifer Roscoe. She is award-winning WCIA news anchor. That is the TV station, the CBS affiliate in the wonderful Champaign-Urbana area. She's been at the station for 32 years. She is joined by her 2 daughters, and I believe her husband's in the car as well, in the front seat. She's been at the station, like I said, for 32 years, and she graduated with honors from the College of Media in 1993. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming back and celebrating Illinois.
And right behind them is what, Kit? It's her sorority.
It's her sorority. So she was a Kappa Alpha Theta. This is the Delta chapter, which won the most outstanding chapter by the Panhellenic Council this spring. It was chartered at Illinois on November 1895, one of the first sororities on campus.
So we had the Illinois Fire Institute join us with their orange and blue fire engine, but here comes the Alumni Marching Band as well.
And we are looking at more than 200 plus people. They are committing their weekend to playing today and tomorrow, which is quite a commitment. These are folks who love Illinois and love being a part of the best band in the land. And their commitment includes, which I think is extremely impressive, they have to have feet on the field, as they say, at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh.
And so at least they're going to have a reception tonight, thanking them, and of course a great way to get back and do the thing that you love on the Marching Illini. So thank you, alumni of the Marching Illini, for coming back and doing what you do best.
So 6:30 in the morning, after, how late are they going to go tonight?
I don't know. They do a pretty good job handling all of the work and yet still playing.
I love this song. I love this song.
Let's take a listen.
Don't they sound great, Kit? Don't they sound great? And next coming up, we have our Greek Support and Homecoming. It's the coordinating body of fraternity and sorority members that plan and execute a large variety of our homecoming events. And then after that, we have the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, and what they have is a Newton's Cradle themed float. Yes, that is Newton's Cradle right there, folks.
Nice
And they
job.
do a pretty good job with it. And here we have Dr. Danita Brown-Young, a great leader for our university. She's the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, starting her 8th year in this role. Before moving to Champaign, she served as Vice Provost for Student Affairs and Dean of Students at Minnesota.
Next up, we have the McKinley Health Center celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And it's great to have another centennial celebration. Their float looks absolutely wonderful. As you can see, the staffers are wearing 1920s attire, courtesy of the Cranert Costume Shop, and they are passing out popular candies from the 1920s. And it looks like they have staff and family and friends following up. That's outstanding.
We talked about that earlier today, Kit. A university like ours, there's a lot of great organizations celebrating centennials these past few years.
Well, we really appreciate what they do for the university.
Yeah, and now comes our first batch of homecoming court, our great homecoming court. First off, we have Carter Evans from Auburn, Illinois, a James Scholar in Political Science Honors Program, and Christian Robbins from Plainfield, Illinois, who is studying Spanish and history, and she is the president on the campus of the NAACP and a graph intern at the Illinois Leadership Center.
All right, continuing on, we have Evan Walker from Flossmoor, Illinois. He is studying advertising with a dual minor in informatics and business in the College of Media. And Tegan Wren from Galesburg, Illinois, also a James Scholar studying elementary education. She is a volunteer coordinator for Camp Kesman, a free summer camp serving children throughout and beyond.
And we have Curtis Altos from Savoy, a dancer, electrochemist, and aspiring astronaut. Wow. And Sydney Turner from Chanhassen, Minnesota, studying psychology and communications as a James Scholar.
And moving on, we have, I think we had the Fair Queen that passed by, so congratulations to Darby Ayers. And moving on, we have Phi Mu, was founded in 1852 at Wesleyan College, and the first charter to grant degrees to women. Originally founded as a literary club, and they are the second oldest sorority in the nation.
And here we have, with a very, very nice orange Mustang, it looks like in front of them, is Alumni in Motion. They call themselves Alumni in Motion, and they're more than a dance team. They're a registered student-run organization for dancers with no boundaries when it comes to the style of dance that the group covers. They've got jazz, lyrical, tap, contemporary, heels, music theater, and more. They perform at sporting events, here at the Homecoming Parade, at Illini-thon events, and they're always open to more opportunities.
Something to look up on the internet if you're interested in having them perform at your local event.
Now coming up is the Chabad Jewish Students Association, a truly great organization. It was established in August of 2003 with the aim of giving meaning, sharing joy, and adding spirituality to every day on campus. Their dream is to teach those values in a warm and nurturing environment where people can grow together, enjoying life and Judaism simultaneously, and they do have a great new home on Armory Street. And here's to Rabbi David Tichtel and his wife Goldie. Great people on campus. And next we have one of my favorites that is at the parade every year. This is Heartland Coca-Cola. And on April in 2016, Coca-Cola announced they had signed a letter of intent to grant territories to Coca-Cola's newest bottling partner, Junior Bridgman, who sports fans may remember as a standout basketball player from the University of Louisville, and then in the NBA as well. And he has locations with Heartland Coca-Cola, 17 locations across Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois. I was a big Junior Bridgman fan.
What a great success story there.
Here we have Windsor of Savoy, celebrating residents that graduated back in the 1930s and 40s.
And these are the Fisher Fair Court. We have Miss Fisher Fair, Phoebe Reynolds, Junior Miss Fisher Fair, Chesney Franzen, and Little Miss Fisher Fair, Sawyer Wright. Congratulations. We got a lot of royalty in this parade.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of royalty and great alums.
I believe coming up we have the Alumni Union Board. It is the Campus Event Planning Board, providing over 160 entertaining events and activities for students. It's composed of 11 different planning committees, planning hundreds of annual events ranging from comedy shows, movie nights, art exhibits, and the like.
And here
Thank
we
you
have,
for being here.
excuse me, Kit, here we have the Black Greek Council with 4 members that are following them. It's the umbrella organization for 8 University of Illinois Black Greek letter organizations. We have Delta Sigma Theta, Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho. It's great to see all of them here.
Now we're looking at student alumni ambassadors. Okay, we are probably the biggest fans of them, I have to say.
Yeah, we love them. A student-run organization sponsored by our Alumni Association, and their role is to develop great relations and interactions among students, alumni, faculty, and staff. And we see it for ourselves. It's a great place for these students, our students, to become leaders in their fields as they go forward.
We just have the Champaign Park District, and we also have some award winners, I think, on that.
On the trolley.
On the trolley, right? I believe
Yes.
we have our alumni award winners, and we are so proud that they are here today. And we might want to list a few of them off if you don't mind.
Well, we have a few that are, let's try to get a few of them in there. Number 1 is George Lundeen, the sculptor who sculpted our great Red Grange and Dick Butkus statues that flank both sides of Memorial Stadium. And another Alumni Achievement winner was Mary Schubauer-Berrigan, a leader in World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer. I think there she is waving at everybody right there. Oh, it's the Illini Pullers. You gotta love these guys.
So glad they're here.
They are bringing together, they go into tractor competitions. They're part of the American Society of Agricultural and Biological Engineers competition. So they have 4 of the tractors that they developed from 2005, 2009, 2023, and 2024. These guys know what they're doing when it comes to tractors. And here we have the Mexican Student Association, which is a great organization that strives to promote Mexican culture and values at the university. It's a great opportunity here for the parade, Kit, to highlight these different organizations from their wide range of cultural backgrounds. It's great to see it.
Outstanding. And well received up and down the parade route. People are having a really good time here.
Okay. You gotta. This is
Having a good time.
our
Hello.
Ansar group, and they were here last year. They were here the year before, and it's official. We can actually have a party because these guys are here in the parade. Heck yeah!
I think they're kind of, sort of having fun.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I love how they go back and forth with their high fives and handshaking. And if you could see the kids here alongside, they're loving what they're seeing. Here we have coming up the Illinois Student Council, a great organization that oversees and helps bring together our student activities and the student voice at the university. They are the official recognized student government organization, and on behalf of the student body, they advocate for the betterment of our campus community with integrity, transparency, and Illini pride. And they share very well with our cart drivers.
Yes, they do.
Those guys on the carts ad-lib better than we do.
I think they're amazing.
Dang.
Again, I think they're just having a blast up and down the parade route.
And everybody's loving them too. Oh, here they are, Illini moms celebrating their 101st year. Yes, they began in 1923 for the purpose of promoting the welfare and interest of the university and its students. The board's made up of committed volunteers who are moms, of course, but also mom figures in the life of an Illinois student.
And mark your calendars, Mom's Weekend 2025 is April 4th through 6th. It's always a nice time for moms to come down on campus and go to all of the activities with their students.
Exactly. Okay, here's our next batch of the homecoming court. Emilio Reyes from Lafayette, Indiana, majoring journalism, how about that, with minors in Spanish and communication. And Ayanna McDaniel from Chicago, a James Scholar studying education administration and pursuing a career in higher education.
We have Andres Vasquez from Chicago, Illinois, pursuing a degree in urban studies and planning with a minor in environmental economics and law. And Jada Thompson from Chicago, Illinois, who is studying interdisciplinary health sciences and minoring in public health.
Then we have Ronnie Singh from Los Angeles, California, studying electrical engineering at the Granger College, serves as the president of Women in the Electrical Engineering and as electrical lead in electronic vehicles concepts. And like many of these folks, when I talk to them, she's passionate about using her skills to bring technical and social good to the world and its people. And a lot of them have told me that in this past few days on campus. We also have Ashley Aquila from Summit, Illinois, studying nutrition and health at the College of Aces.
We have Monica Milanowski from Niles, is a Geese Scholar studying supply chain management with minors in Spanish and Earth, Society, and Environment. Courtney Dillon from Chicago, Illinois, also a James Scholar pursuing a dual degree in sociology, pre-law, and journalism with minors in criminology and political science.
And then finally, Anjali Yedavali from Peoria, an integrative biology major with minors in public health and chemistry, and Emma Darborough from Plainfield, a James Scholar studying brain and cognitive sciences with a minor in informatics.
Right now we have the Prancing Pearls, a new majorette-style dance team that promotes community service, student retention, physical and mental health, and nurtures leadership skills. The group strives to build a community of dancers that support one another and are connected with their campus community. They perform in the community at athletic events, cultural houses, and connect through the community through community services and engaging events.
And next we have Alpha Phi, right, Kit?
Alpha Phi, a social sorority chartered at Illinois on February 11th, 1922. Alpha Phi received 2 awards from Alpha Phi International this past spring for Most Improved Chapter and Outstanding Continuous Open Bidding. Way to go.
And here we see on screen our Miss Georgetown Fair, Paley Davis. Paley's from Bismarck, a town a little east of us here in Champaign. And as you would expect, she's an impressive young woman, senior majoring in ag education, and she is also a dance instructor. A fine, fine combination. And then we have the Intra-Fraternity Council, a campus fixture since 1911, whose purpose is to govern and preside over its 36 corresponding chapters and more than 3,700 fraternity men on campus. Hey, look who's there.
And handing out some candy.
Yes.
With a good dog.
With a good dog. Okay, here I think we have coming up something very, very special and maybe a little bit icky. I think this well could be the mobile STEM lab from
Looks
the
like
WU's
it.
Institute for Genomic Biology. And best look out, their theme this year is the cicadas of 2024.
Like we like to be reminded of that. Come on. Just kidding.
There are rumors that there are staffers who are dressed up as cicadas.
I believe there's one on top right there.
This is a great outreach mobile STEM lab, and it embodies the motto of where science meets society by engaging with the public through programs and events and citizen science efforts.
I think we're looking at La Casa Alliance of student organizations. It represents 40 Latinx student groups. Since its founding in 1974, the organization has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to Latina and Latino students and the campus community, as well as local and global communities. Thanks for being in the parade.
We love that. And I think coming up now we have the Smoking Alumni.
I've never heard of this until you told me about it earlier.
Yeah,
what is this, Jim?
They are a fixture at our parade. They bill themselves as an umbrella under which diverse people gather around good food, good drinks, and good conversation. During the Illinois football season, you'll find them in Lot 31. But as they continue to evolve, they're always building on social and philanthropic events. And bigger than barbecue and bigger than the bourbon, their vision is simple: to cultivate deep relationships and live the prosciutto of happiness surrounded by community. And they do put on one heck of a tailgate.
I believe that's Little Miss, Central Illinois. Thanks for being here. Royalty after royalty. We're about halfway through the parade so far, and I'm wanting to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the University of Illinois Alumni Association that we so love to be a part of.
I think that is a splendid idea. You know, we just celebrated our 150th. We were founded in 1873, and of course the mission is to enhance and advance the relationship between the University of Illinois and our alumni. And there are so many great programs and benefits that come to being a part of the association.
We invite you to go on uiaa.org to check out all of the events and activities that the association puts on every year. We have a book club that you can join. There is an online social network that you can join called Alumni Link. There are alumni clubs throughout the world, 75 different alumni clubs, and many in your area, so we invite you to check that out. And now we're back to the parade, I think.
Yes, it's the Hypnotic Dance Team. Just founded in 2003, labeled, and I believe them, the hottest dance team on campus. And if you love what you see out there from them, email us at the hypnoticdanceteam@gmail.com. That's hypnoticdanceteam@gmail.com to perform at your next event.
I believe we're seeing the new Student and Family Experiences, NSFE. It is here to help students and their families as they begin their journey at Illinois. The goal is to get new students excited about their experience and connected to all the people, places, resources, and opportunities available to new students and their families. Great organization. And then, I believe then coming up, we have another Miss Central Illinois. We're going to find her, Jordan.
Oh, there they are. It's our little Miss, and our Miss Central Illinois team.
Thank you. You got it faster.
Jordan Huskisson. Jordan Huskisson.
Thank you.
Yes. She started her own. This is a good story. She started her own nonprofit a few years ago, Blankets of Hope, and she's produced more than 1,000 tie blankets out of fleece to individuals and agencies, including the Ronald McDonald House, and she's joined by Josie Ray Bonham, Little Miss America, who's from here. And now we have Alumni Electric Motorsports. You know, since 1979, believe it or not, we've been racing various combustion, hybrid, and fully electric vehicles. And it's a great program not only to learn technology, but also program management, how you build these vehicles on time, on schedule, and on budget. That's a big deal.
Absolutely. Very impressive.
Now we have coming another great facility here in the area, Accolade Healthcare of Savoy. It is a 213-bed skilled nursing facility in Savoy, and they specialize in providing health care to individuals in need of skilled nursing care for either an extended period or for short-term rehabilitation. And they are also doing a wonderful thing here. They're doing Generations of Illini, featuring former students, staff, and faculty in the vehicles that they use at Accolade. And you know, that's really kind of what homecoming's all about.
Absolutely.
It's about all of our alums, all through the ages.
I believe we're seeing the Alumni Solar Car, started in 2014. Alumni Solar Car has been designing, building, and racing some of America's best solar cars. It is so impressive.
Oh, I know.
Thousands of miles of racing under the belts. The group is dedicated to making their next car the best yet.
There is nothing like a parade to show off those advanced technology vehicles that those folks in engineering do.
Oh yes, we're looking at the marching Illini walking down the streets. Since 1868, the Marching Illini has entertained millions of fans with the traditional and innovative performances that have made them the nation's premier college marching band. As we say, the best band in the land. The excellence of innovation continues, and it is very much alive today. They continue on their pursuit of the highest levels of musicality and visual and thoroughly entertaining performances. And we got some cheerleading going as well, so let's take a moment to listen. A little bit of background on the cheerleaders. The program is nationally recognized and consists of 6 to 8 co-ed couples and 3 to 4 all-girl stunt groups. Throughout the football season, the entire team cheers together for home games, and 8 cheerleaders travel to away conference football games. It is just outstanding, the commitment that they have to our university and our university athletics.
You know, it's hard not to smile when you watch the Marching Illini.
Absolutely.
And there we see Barry Hauser, the leader of the Marching Illini, who's one of the most dynamic leaders on campus. You can't help but smile when you're around him, too.
Absolutely. The Marching Illini has 375 members this year, which includes musicians, guard, the Illinettes dance team, a precision dance team, as you know, drum majors, and it includes undergraduate and graduate staff members. Interesting that we are seeing the flags of the new Big Ten, the larger Big Ten, the improved Big Ten.
We had to bring on more marching band members just to carry all the flags.
Absolutely. So I have to tell you, as the Marching Illini march down the street, they are playing not one but 2 cadences. So this is sort of Illini trivia for those who are playing at home. Both of these cadences date back to the early 1970s. The Illini drumline, snare, and section leader, Russ Weber, wrote them originally for his Wheaton Central High School marching band, and he brought them to Illinois. And so I got this from a reliable source. My brother, who used to be an Illini drum section leader back in the 1980s. A little shout out for him.
Oh, a young
anyway,
fella.
Yeah, he's just as young as me. But back to the cadences. Interesting fact that there are high school marching bands that play these cadences throughout the state of Illinois. So it's great to have Illinois impacting music throughout the state. And that's just a tribute to such great work that's been done over the years. And they keep adding to the cadence every year. A lot of cheers, a lot of extra segments, but it really fires up the band as they march to and from the stadium. And as you can tell, it's firing up the crowd here. And an added addition to the day of festivities is at 10 o'clock tonight. The drum line goes to the alma mater, and they perform again. It seems like they perform throughout the weekend, but they perform Friday Night Hype at the alma mater at 10 o'clock, sort of like to close out the night and get ready for game day. And that part, I believe there was something that came from the Drum Corps Garfield Cadets, according to my brother.
You know, these guys are this team is the hardest working band in show business.
Absolutely.
What they do. Here we go.
If that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what does. Thank you so much, Mark and Alumni, for all that you bring to our experiences at Illinois, especially on college football game weekends. As we near the end of the parade, we have a few things we would like to mention. Mark your calendars. We have a Big Ten Network documentary on the 100 years of Memorial Stadium. So it's called A House of Brick.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
It definitely is a house of brick, and it premieres Monday. You want to get this down. It premieres Monday, October the 14th at 9:30 on the Big Ten Network, and it'll have a re-airing on Friday, October the 18th at 3:30. And local viewers here in Champaign can see it on WCIA 3 on Wednesday, October the 16th at 6:30, with a re-airing on Saturday the 19th. And of course, the documentary delves into the rich history of one of Illinois' most iconic landmarks as we do approach the 100th anniversary. Under the leadership of legendary athletic director George Huff and Robert Zupke, this great university stadium came to be. And there'll be great interviews with Brett Belima and Lauren Tate are still going.
Sports writer.
Yes, and other greats. So put that on your calendars to see that great documentary on the stadium.
A House of Brick, 100 years of Memorial Stadium, produced by the Big Ten Network. Something to look forward to at the same time as we're looking forward to that wonderful rededication. But we do have to close out our broadcast. It's an end of a wonderful, wonderful parade, and my first time helping you orchestrate the play-by-play of this parade. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Kit, it's just been great having you with us here. It's been so much fun, and I would like to close out on one little personal note for me. I just want to give a shout out to my big brother Ray, a 1965 graduate of the University of Illinois. He's the reason I'm here. I wanted to be just like Ray. And I just want to give a shout out to him down in Tampa and thank him to be that kind of inspiration for us. And that's really been on my mind this week, and that's what homecoming's all about, Kit.
Yeah, bringing your families together. That's what Illinois does. That's what homecoming does. So many memories, such a rich history that we have here. And coming back, even though if you can't be here in person, you're here in spirit, and we thank you for joining us tonight, because Illinois needs to be celebrated year-round, but at homecoming, it's that extra special time that we can celebrate the university that gave us all so much, a rich education that really set us up for success throughout our lives. So with that, I thank you for joining us, and until next time,
ILL.
I and I.